Before BTS became a global phenomenon, before their music crossed languages, borders, and cultures, their story began in uncertainty, doubt, and quiet determination. BTS was formed under Big Hit Entertainment, a company that at the time was barely surviving. In an industry controlled by powerful agencies with massive budgets, Big Hit stood on the edge. There were days when the company itself was unsure about the future. Big Hit did not have money for expensive marketing or flashy debuts. What it had was a belief that music could be honest, and that honesty could connect people. Instead of training idols to appear perfect, Big Hit wanted artists who could tell real stories. Stories about growing up, failing, feeling lost, and still trying. This vision began with Kim Namjoon, later known as RM. Namjoon was not chosen because he fit idol standards. He was chosen because of his mind. He read books others avoided, wrote lyrics filled with questions, and spoke with clarity beyond his age. Big Hit didn't just recruit a rapper, they found a foundation. Namjoon felt pressure from the start. He carried the responsibility of being the center, the translator between staff and trainees, and eventually the leader. Many decisions about BTS were shaped around his presence. Soon, Min Yoongi joined. Yoongi's journey was marked by struggle. Coming from Daegu, he had little support and many doubts surrounding him. He worked part-time jobs, produced music late at night, and slept whenever he could. After a painful shoulder injury caused by an accident, Yoongi chose silence over honesty, afraid that admitting weakness would end his dream. Yet he continued. Quietly. Relentlessly. Then came Jung Hoseok, or J-Hope. Hoseok's smile became a pillar inside BTS. He was a street dancer, full of rhythm and energy. But behind that brightness was a deep sense of responsibility. He believed that if he showed fear, the group might fall apart emotionally. So he smiled. He encouraged, even on days when he doubted himself. Kim Sejin entered BTS without experience. No singing background, no dance training, just determination. He knew others were more skilled. Instead of giving up, Jin stayed longer, practiced harder, and accepted criticism silently. He often trained alone after everyone left, driven by the fear of being left behind. Park Jimin joined later and immediately felt the pressure of being an outsider. He feared removal every month. This fear shaped his discipline. He practiced until exhaustion, believing effort was the only way to survive. There were nights when Jimin questioned his worth, but he stayed. Kim Taehyun, known as V, entered almost by chance. He came to auditions to support a friend and left as a trainee himself. For a long time, his presence was hidden. This made him feel unseen, but it also taught him patience and emotional depth. Finally, Jung Jungkook joined, the youngest. Only 13 years old, he left his home and family to chase a dream he barely understood. Other companies offered him opportunities, but Jungkook chose Big Hit because he trusted Namjoon. He grew up under the guidance of the other 6 members, learning not just music, but life. 7 individuals, 1 fragile beginning. Their trainee days were physically and emotionally exhausting. Practice lasted 12 to 15 hours daily. Mistakes were corrected immediately. Evaluations were constant. They lived together in a cramped dorm. Rooms were small, privacy was rare, money was limited. Sometimes they argued, sometimes they laughed uncontrollably, sometimes they sat quietly, wondering if their efforts mattered. In 2013, BTS debuted with No More Dream. For them, it was everything. For the world, it was barely noticed. Music shows passed them by. Awards were out of reach. Criticism came easily, about their name, their looks, their company. Being from a small agency meant they had to fight for every opportunity. Each stage felt like a test. Each performance felt like survival. There were moments when doubt grew louder than hope. But BTS made a choice. They would not pretend. They would not copy trends. They would speak honestly. They wrote lyrics about school pressure, mental exhaustion, fear of failure, and feeling invisible. They talked about pain, openly. Slowly, listeners began to feel something different. Fans didn't just hear BTS, they recognized themselves. ARMY was built not through promotion, but through connection, through honesty, through trust. As their audience grew, BTS remained grounded.
They remembered the empty dorm, the ignored stages, and the days when quitting felt close. Their bond, shaped in hardship, became their greatest strength. BTS did not rise because success was guaranteed. They rose because they stayed when leaving was easier. Their beginning is not a fairy tale. It is a journey of persistence, fear, loyalty, and growth. And that is why BTS's starting story still matters today.
Thanks for watching.